Microsoft Excel, Module 1. Almost every organization collects vast amounts of data. Often, data is consolidated into a summary so that people in the organization better understand the meaning of the data. An Excel worksheet allows data to be summarized and charted easily. A chart conveys a visual representation of data. In this module, you will create a worksheet that includes a chart. The data in the worksheet and chart comprise a personal budget that contains monthly estimates for each income and expense category. To enter the worksheet titles, click cell A1 to make it the active cell and type Personal Budget Worksheet. Before I move on any further in Excel, I want to show you a couple of things in here. If you look at the bottom, we still have the status bar. You have your zoom slider as well. You've got a couple of different views. You have normal view, you have page layout view, and you have page break preview. You also have the sheet tabs down here at the bottom. You can add sheet tabs by just clicking this little plus sign. If you want to delete a sheet tab, you can just right click and select delete. At the top, we still have our quick access toolbar here. We have our tabs at the top. We have our ribbon. We have groups inside of our individual tabs. And we have commands inside of each of our groups. The letters at the top, these are your column headings, just like in a building or construction, you have columns that go up and down. On this left-hand margin, you have numbers which represent your rows. So your rows go across and your columns are up and down. Where a column and a row intersect, that is a cell. And you will see when you have a cell, you will see in this name box up here that you have the cell reference as C6. You have your formula bar right here, and your formula bar also has an insert function button and enter button as well. You'll see those when we get into the typing. I just wanted you to be aware of some of the images and some of the things that you'll actually see in Excel. Select A2. Type monthly estimates. The autocorrect feature of Excel works behind the scenes, correcting common mistakes when you complete a text entry in a cell. Autocorrect makes 3 types of corrections for you. First, it corrects 2 initial uppercase letters by changing the second letter to lowercase. Second, it capitalizes the first letter in the names of days. And third, it replaces commonly misspelled words with their correct spelling. Click A3 to make it the active cell and type income. Go ahead and press the right arrow and type January. Right arrow, whoops, February. Now I can keep using the right arrow. I can hit tab to move over to the next one, but what I'm going to do is I want you to highlight, if your mouse pointer in Excel is a little bit different. So right now it's a block, a white block cross. As I move around, you'll see it becomes a little bit different. So now as I move into this D3, which is my active cell, you see it becomes an arrow with 4 arrows shooting out of the little cross sign. You also see that if I move into this tiny little square, it becomes a black crosshair. So what I want you to do is I want you with that white block to left click your mouse and select January and February, and then release your left mouse. Now, I want to go all the way to December, but I don't want to have to type all of these months. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after I've highlighted January and February with the white block, I want you to move back into there and get that little black crosshair. Hold your left mouse button down and drag all the way until you have December. And now you have all the days of the month. And we can just click in N3 and type total. Go ahead and make A8 the active cell and type expenses. And I don't want to have to retype all of that again, so with my white block, I'm going to highlight all of it. I'm going to right-click, copy, and then I'm going to right-click in B8 and paste. So now I've done my months again, so I don't want to have to retype everything. Now let's go back in here and enter our row titles. So go ahead and click cell A4 and type wages. And press your down arrow. Dividends is next, and then total in A6. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Maybe that will help y'all see. Hopefully this helps here a little bit. So I'm going to make cell A9 active and continue typing rent, food, tuition, books, till you have all of that in there. And then A19, I'm going to type net. All right, we're going to enter some numbers. In Excel, you enter a number into a cell to represent an amount or value. A number can contain only the following characters: 0 through 9, plus, minus, parentheses, comma, backslash, period, $sign, %sign. If a cell contains any other keyboard character, including spaces, Excel interprets the entry as text and will treat it accordingly. So we will enter some numbers. Go ahead and select B4. Type in 1417.12 and then press the right arrow key. Now this is our wages, and for every single month it's the exact same number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, copy, and just paste that all the way across to December and then paste. So I have 1417.12 all the way across. B5. I will type 4029.71. And let's say I have those dividends in January and July. So I'm going to copy that again, that cell, and I'm going to go and paste it into July. I don't like to have to type over and over again, so I like to just do it like that. And then you'll enter 0 for the other months. You're welcome to type in there if you would like to, but I like to use the shortcuts. When you take your exam over Excel, if you're not using the shortcuts, you might not finish in time. So I like to teach you guys the shortcuts. So rent is always going to be 410, so I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it for every month. As I know every single month I'm paying the exact same amount of rent. Let's say I make a budget for $280 for food for every month. Again, instead of typing that everywhere, I'm going to copy it and paste it. Let's say I pay tuition of $1,500 every January and every August. I paid $500 for books in January, $100 in May, took a little May term class, and then $500 again in August. So I can retype these zeros, I can copy and paste them, or I can highlight them with that white block cross and then drag them down with my crosshair. So there's lots of different ways to use shortcuts in Excel. Go. Remember that Home tab will always get you back to the beginning. Let's say I spend $100 a month on entertainment. Go. And then my car payment is always the same at $215 and 47 cents every single month. And I put that in the wrong row, so I'm going to click undo. Put that in the right one. $215.47 every month. I have 100 for gas and 100 for miscellaneous every month. So I'm going to hit 100 and I'm going to type 100 in B15 and 16, and then with my white block cross, I'm going to highlight both of those and then move to this black crosshair and just drag them all the way across through December. So again, I'm not having to type every tiny detail. Okay. Now that we have everything entered, I'm going to stop the video here and then start recording again with calculations.